Hello, welcome to my channel. My name is Luciano and this video is another response to Metatron. We're beginning a conversation already about the Kanabo. So he made a video introducing the weapon, the Kanabo. I made a response, he responded to my video, and so it goes. This is the Kanabo I made. I talked about this weapon on the response video to Metatron, and also I made another video about the weight of this Kanabo. It's weighing something around 2.3 kilograms. It's heavier than the 6-foot staff, the Rokushakubo, and also heavier than the Yari, the Japanese spear. But first, I would like to talk a little about how easy it was to make this weapon. All I had to do is take a square section wood block in the back of my house, and I started a firework on the edges to make an octagonal section. In fact, it's easier to do with manual tools than to make a round section to the handle. To make this round section, I used an angle grinder. And if I had to make a longer staff like a Rokushakubo, it would be a lot harder to do if I didn't have electrical tool like the angle grinder. Metatron said that he liked the Kanabo I made, but in fact this is not the best weapon I've made. I didn't have chance to do a proper finish on the surface. I only have done some finish on the handle, so I could use it to record the video, but it's really very irregular, and this portion use it for hitting the targets. I didn't sand it properly yet. I would like to show you some of the weapons that I made. So first the shurikens. The easiest and cheapest weapon that I ever made is the shuriken. I made a lot of shuriken for training from a bag of nails. I also made some shaken. Shaken is the flat shuriken. It can have this form of stars. This is the gata. This is the Senban shuriken, but I didn't have find the way to make a proper hole, square hole on the middle of this shuriken yet. This is the gata, and the last is the gata. One day walking on the city, I found in a shop this scythe. It's a scythe used to harvest rice. It's very common in Japan and also here in Brazil. And so I bought it. It's a common scythe. It's a tool. And after some time, I decided to transform it on a Kusarigama. So I went to other shops. I bought a chain, lead weight, some epoxy to attach it, the weight to the chain, and also I bought I don't know how you call this kind of hook on English, and I made some little modification on the handle of the scythe. So this way, without spending a lot of money, I got myself a Kusarigama. It's not the most historical accurate version of the Kusarigama. but it's functional, and that's what I want. I don't made it to use it on the dojo because we don't use real weapons during training, and also there are not gymnasiums that will let you use this kind of artifact during the training. I made some of my wooden weapons that I used on the dojo. So, for example, I made that wakizashi on the bottom of the stand. I also made another wakizashi from boken that broke it, and the tip was modified to be a tanto, Japanese knife. I also made bokuto, boken style of ken, a Japanese version of the Chinese yen. We were using this kind of sword on Shuriken on the last years. With my experience making some of these weapons, I could say to you that making some weapons for training, it's not hard. It's a question of practice. All you need to have is the material and the right tools. The first will be terrible, but after some time you can get better. It's a good option for you to get some weapons for training that you could not find so easily. One of the examples is the Kanabo. So now about the Kanabo. The Kanabo can have many forms. The heaviest Kanabo that I ever seen, it's called Nyoibo. It's used in Bushikan. It's a really long staff and really thicker. It's the kind of weapon that you will only use when you are wearing full armor, and it's a battlefield weapon. The lighter Kanabo that I know, it's called Ararebo. It's the size of a tonfa. And there are other weapons very similar to the Ararebo. For example, the Kabutowari. Kabutowari means helm breaker. It's the kind of weapon that I believe that you will use on battlefield after knocked samurai to the ground, and so you will draw this kind of club and smash it on the head of your enemy. Now about my Kanabo, when I made it, I was not thinking on make Kanabo really historical accurate like Metatron asked on his video response. In fact, I made it to resemble one of the weapons that I use on training. It's called the Hanbo. Hanbo means half staff. It's 90 centimeters long staff. It's a really short staff. But it's short not because you want to use this kind of weapon on close quarters combat. The origins of this weapon was spear shafts cut in the half or broken during battle. So you had this kind of stuff on your hands after your spear broke. So my intention was not to make a historical accurate weapon, but to take a weapon that I know how to use and give it some extras. So this is what I got. Another point is that when you talk about the Kanabo, you shouldn't think only on heavier stuffs. You could have a lighter and longer Kanabo. So for example, here I have my 6-foot staff and my Rokushakubo. This one weighs 1.5 kilograms. My Kanabo, the short Kanabo, weighs 2.3 kilograms. If I take this regular 6-foot staff and add some bolts or screws to the wood, or if I take some reinforcement like a piece of metal and rivet it to the tip of the staff, this regular staff becomes Kanabo. So this way you can have a lighter and longer Kanabo, just adding some metal to the tip of your regular staff. And the technique that you will be using on this weapon it's very similar to the techniques used on the Rakushakubo, the regular wood staff. You just add some metal to the tip in order to get more appropriate to fight someone with armor. But you can still use it to fight someone on a duel. If you had training some technique or kata, some form, or even handori or sparring against swordsman using a long staff, you know that it's very difficult to get closer to someone wielding this kind of weapon. It's very aggressive and have a very long range. In fact, there is a history in Japan of a staff master that had some problems dealing with a swordsman using his 6-foot staff. I believe Metatron knows the staff master that I am talking about. His name was Muso Gonnosuke. Muso Gonnosuke was the master who created Shinto Muso Ryu, which is a very popular style of kendo today, and it's also a style of jodo. Well, Muso Gonnosuke was a 6-foot staff master who challenged and defeated a samurai named Shinmen Munisai, and after some time he challenged Munisai's sons. And guess who was Munisai's son? Yes, Shinmen Musashi, the legendary samurai who created the styles of Nitenichi Ryu, the school of 2 swords. When Gonnosuke fought Musashi for the first time, he lost for Musashi. Musashi was very strong and had challenged and defeated many samurais on his life. Musashi was a very strong swordsman and had experience on duels and also in battles. And Musashi defeated Gonnosuke, but he spared Gonnosuke's life. After getting defeated, Gonnosuke went to a mountain to pray for the gods and search for a way to defeat Musashi. And it's said in the Gonnosuke tradition that he had a dream while on the mountain, and in his dream it was revealed that in order to defeat Musashi he should make a faster staff. And the solution to make the 6-foot staff faster was to reduce the length of the staff. The result was the Jo. The Jo is a staff, it's intermediary length. It's not too long and not too short. You can say that it's optimized to face swordsmen without armor. It's not so long like the bow, but it still have a very powerful strike. So it's faster than the 6-foot staff, but it's still powerful to break bones and disarm a swordsman. After creating the Jo, Muso Gonnosuke trained with this weapon during some time on the mountain, and he created the forms of the Jojutsu, the technique, the art of the Jo. After this, he challenged Musashi again, and in this second time he won. The Jo has proven his capability to deal with swordsmen against the most brutal and violent samurai of the late Sengoku Jidai, against Musashi himself. So the Jo, this intermediary length staff, is the best blunt weapon used on Japan to fight swordsmen. Maybe on the next days I will show some techniques of the Hanbo applied with the Kanabo, just to see how we can adapt the forms of the Hanbo to the Kanabo. I can make a video about the Jo or the 6-foot staff, the Rokushakubo, or another of those weapons that I have. I know most of my videos are made in Brazilian Portuguese, but I can record videos on English too. I wanted to record these videos, so leave your suggestion on the comments. If you're not a subscriber, please subscribe and share this video with your friends. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video, and thanks for watching. Well, I'll see you later.